Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time you're watching this video. Today is March 1st, 2020. March 1st, 2020. I made a video recently. I was asking a question, and I didn't want to give you the answer. I just wanted to give you something to meditate on. And today, I want to give you my answer to that question. But I don't want to just make it an assumption type of answer, like it's my opinion. So I'm going to back it up with this book right here. The question I was asking was, what do you think is greater? God's ability to heal you or his desire? What's greater? What do you think is greater? Can you really even say one of them's greater? Well, check this out. Check this out, okay? I'm going to go to the book of Mark because Luke, Mark, Matthew, this account was in all three, but I like Mark's because he adds something that neither Luke nor Matthew added. What Mark added was in Mark chapter 1, verse 41. He says, "And Jesus, moved with compassion, put forth his hand and touched him, and said unto him, I will, be thou clean." Now check this out. And so this is a story of a leper that came to him, right? We'll get into it, but I want you to hear these words, moved with compassion. It's a long Greek word, spleng nidzo achi. That's how it's pronounced. SPLAGCH. Nizomai, splengnitzo ahi, moved with compassion. It means to be moved inwardly with compassion. It is a desire, right? It is a compassion. It's his mercy and it's his grace joined together that moved him. So powerful. So here's what happens. In verse 40 of Mark chapter 1, there came a leper to him, beseeching him, and kneeling down to him, and saying unto him, If you will, you can make me clean. Now this word for if you will, it's Greek word thelo, Thelo. It means to desire. So if you desire, and then he says, you can make me clean. The word for can is dunamai, D-U-N-A-M-A-I, comes from the Greek word dunamis, which is an explosive power. That's where we get the English word dynamite, dunamis. So dunamai means you are able or you have the power, right? You are able or you have the power. So if you desire, you have the power, you are able to make me clean. And here's what Jesus, moved with compassion, he puts forth his hand, touches the leper. Oh, nutty. No touchy, the rules say. But Jesus touchied. The rules also say no leper is to come near people, right, that are clean. But watch this. So Jesus touches him, and he says to him in verse 41, I desire, remember, thelo, I desire, be you clean. I'm going to close my Bible, take a little drive. I'm on my way to go work out this morning early, get it done, then get some other things done. Do you notice? See, reading details, going for the details is very important. I think I'm going to make another video this morning too. I'm going to talk about the Virgin Mary, Lord willing. Okay, because it's the attention to the details. Jesus says, I thelo, I desire, right? And then tells the man, be you clean. The man says, if you desire, you have that power, you have that ability, that dunamai, to make me clean. So Jesus, what he didn't say is, you know what? You're right. I have the ability, so be clean. You notice that? Check it out, check it out. Jesus didn't say, you are correct, sir. I do have the dunamai. He didn't mention his ability. In fact, in none of the other accounts did he mention his ability. But what he did say is that he had the desire. I do have philo, the desire. I do desire. And because of his desire, he said, be you clean. Be done unto you what you are hoping for, my friend. Of course, his power is the thing that healed him. But Jesus didn't even mention that power. He mentioned his desire. So, now, when I ask you what is greater, his power to heal or his desire to heal? Now, I've been really meditating on this morning, and I want to tell you something. When you have that desire in you, when you have the heart of God, which is the heart of Jesus Christ, and he does live inside of you, you believer, you son of God, son of God. Women, you are sons of God too. Just like us men, we're the brides of Christ. A bride. Right? So check it out. You have the heart of God in you. So you have that desire in you. When that desire gets stirred up from your spirit, transfers into your soul like a gardening hose, right? I spoke about this in a video recently. I had a faucet. I showed you a faucet in my yard. That faucet, I said, that's God. He is the source. The faucet has the water. The water is his spirit. And that source, that faucet, can turn on those rivers of living waters in you. And those waters, they go through this thing that's screwed into the faucet called a garden hose, right? And those waters go through that garden hose. And then I have this nozzle at the end of the garden hose, a sprayer, and I can water my tree. And so it goes, the spirit takes from the soul takes from the spirit. The gardening hose takes from the source, God. He supplies you fully. He supplies you. You get to choose when to turn that faucet on or off, right? You want more supply? Then keep it on. Just like when Jesus fed the 5,000 plus people, because it says 5,000 men, not including the women and children. It could have been 15,000 plus people. He fed them until they didn't want any more, right? He fed them all they would. Not all they could, but all they would. There's a difference. All they hoped or wished for to eat. He multiplied and multiplied and multiplied until everybody says, okay, stop, it's enough. So you have that ability, that authority to turn off and on that garden hose, right? He gave you that. It's your choice. But it is always God, the source, that supplies you. Never forget that. And that source runs through your soul, and your mind is that soil that you are watering in that tree, right? what happens to that tree? That tree produces what's called life. It has leaves on it, and those leaves provide oxygen for all men. So when you have the desire, you will receive from the Lord, and he has all the dunamai power, which gives you all his dunamai power. Your soul transfers that because your mind does not put a kink in that hose. Your mind does not say, turn off the faucet. Your mind says, open up those floodgates and let them flow. You water the garden of your mind. Your mind feeds your body. And with that body of yours, you touch the sick. You cast out evil spirits with your words. Powerful, you guys. But you gotta get that desire. You've got to go aggressive with this thing. You've got to feed on the words of Christ. And if you read the Gospels and if you read the book of Acts, you will see how the disciples, the apostles, the trained ones, disciple is a trained one. Discipling is the act of training or being trained. Just like me, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to disciple this body. This body is going to be getting discipling. I'm training it. An apostle is a sent one. Have you been sent? Have you been sent? Has the Lord sent you? Did he say to you, go therefore? Go therefore. So you go therefore. But if you don't believe in healing, if you don't want to believe in this stuff, healing in the spirit, the soul, the body, right? If you don't believe in these things, then you're not going to go for it. You're going to say, no, thank you. If that leper did not believe in the power of Jesus, what he questioned was the desire, if. Because he put the word if. If. Many of us say, well, if Jesus desires, if he desires, well, then he has the ability. But if he desires to heal me, he will. But what did the leper do? The leper got aggressive, you guys. He broke all of those religious restrictions because the religion of their time said leper does not come near clean people. Forbidden. He broke all the rules. He got aggressive. He was sick of this leprosy. No doctor could free him, and those high priests weren't freeing him either. So what did he do? He got so aggressive, he went against even the very rules. And sometimes you've been programmed with rules in your mind. No, there's no healing for today. It's not true. Well, you better start believing it's true. Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. His healing power is here, and he said even greater things you shall do than even what he did. But we have these religious restrictions in our mind that make us not get aggressive, and that's exactly what the enemy wants from us. So we need to build up that desire. Jesus said that kingdom of heaven that he deposited into your spirit, it is the violent that take it by force. The violent that take it by force. He's saying people that persevere, and go for it, and they don't give up. They grab hold of what belongs to them. They break through all those religious rules they got in their minds, you see, just like that leper. All these religious little rules that are holding him back, but he went for it anyway. All those voices, get away from him, get away from him. He went for it anyway. All those voices that have been telling you, don't listen to healing, don't listen to that stuff. It's not true. It's not happening to you. You're sick. It's going to hurt your feelings. Quit relying on your feelings and quit being hypersensitive. Get aggressive. people. I'm not saying work for healing. It's actually a rest. Did you know that resting is a labor? Hebrews 4:11 says so. Why is it a labor? Because resting is trusting. Trusting that Jesus Christ is alive in you right here, right now, today. And he is the same as he was back then. Right now he is. And his desire is to set the captives free and to see the sick get healed. And his desire is in your spirit. So you go into that spirit and you search out these things, and it's written all over in here. And make them yours and go for it. Grab hold of it and take it, people. Feed on it. The more you feed on it, the more it will become you. It is you in spirit, but you want that to go into your soul and into that mind realm of yours and transfer through your very touch into other people, right? Because the saying is, you are what you eat. So feed on healing, feed on deliverance, feed on this dunami power, this dunamai power that God has put in you. Get aggressive with it. Ignore all those religious voices, all those negative thoughts and feelings and emotions, you guys. Take it by force. Go forward. Persevere. Amen? Amen.